you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I just want to share with you some very fun, easy Dollar Tree DIYs. I really was going for some winter decor. It's still very cold where I live. It's still snowing. And so I just wanted to go with some maybe farmhouse inspired winter DIYs. So I hope that you guys will enjoy this video. I feel like I came up with some stuff that really made my home feel warm and inviting, and it definitely has that farmhouse feel. So for the first DIY, you will need these hurricanes. So these are two different sizes. There is a taller one and then there is a shorter one that you can get at Dollar Tree. You will need these cutting boards, these glass cutting boards, some LED pillar candles, scissors, some foam brushes, and wood contact paper. And I will be using Waverly Chalk Paint. You can use white or ivory, whatever color you would like. You don't even really need the chalk paint. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to wrap this, I'm just going to call it a vase. We're going to wrap this vase in the light wood contact paper from Dollar Tree. Just want to measure it to fit and then cut your piece. I had already used this contact paper, so it was pretty easy for me to get a piece that fit perfectly. Also, it's not very easy to get this on there. I tried a bunch of different ways. I tried putting it on like this and then pulling it to get it to go on, and then I tried rolling it on. But no matter what I tried, I was getting wrinkles and air bubbles, as you can see here. So I kept having to unravel it or unroll it and then roll it back up, and that just wasn't working. So the best way that I found to get this contact paper on this vase is kind of just pulling it and then rubbing your fingers down, getting all those air bubbles out, just like you see here. For me, this worked the best, and I wasn't left with any wrinkles or air bubbles. So now I'm just going to cut the remainder of my contact paper off, and now I'm going to take my glass cutting board. You don't have to use a glass cutting board. You can use one of the glass candle plates that they have if you would prefer. But basically, I'm just going to go ahead and I am going to paint mine white. Now, I'm not going to fully coat the top of this cutting board because I don't want it to have a full coat. I just want it to have some streaks in it. I kind of want it to look distressed. So I'm going to kind of go light in some areas, heavy in some areas, and I'm not going to give it a full coat. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm just painting it very lightly. And that is what the finished product looks like. And now I decided you can leave the vase alone how it is with the contact paper. You don't need to add the white paint. But I was just kind of messing around, and I wanted to see what it would look like if I tried this distressed whitewashed barn wood look. And it turned out okay. I like it. I like the look. I was going for snowy, wintry wood feel, so I like how it turned out. You can just leave it plain. You don't have to paint the contact paper. But I am just basically painting in stripes around and then just kind of going for it. There's really no method. I was just kind of painting it on and not really painting it on thick. So now I'm just going to place my cutting boards on top. Basically what we're making here is some candle holders. Now I'm going to take some of this garland wire ties that I had left over from Christmas that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, and I just wrapped them in a little circle, and I painted them with some chalk paint to give them a flocked look. Now, I picked these ornaments up at the Dollar Tree. They were on clearance. All of their Christmas clearance was 50% off. So I got these trees, and then I also got these snowflakes, and I really wanted to add something to these candle holders. And I decided to go with the trees. I really liked how the trees looked. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this ornament and I'm just going to hot glue it to the front of my candle holder. Now, I really like this look. It goes with the rest of my theme. These DIYs, I was really going for that snowy winter woods vibe. And so I really like the look of these trees. I think it really brings it all together and it gives it just a little something extra. So now I'm just gonna assemble my candle holders. I'm gonna place my cutting board on top. And I mean, it would look cute with just a candle on there, but I decided to add those garland wire ties because I just thought it gave it a little bit more. And then place my candles inside of them, and that's how they look. This is how they turned out. I'm really excited about these. I think they turned out great. I wasn't sure how that white chalk paint was going to look on that wood contact paper, but I actually like that look. And I think these turned out great. Here's what it looks like with the light flickering. It goes so well with the rest of my decor, and I'm really happy about this DIY. So for the next DIY, this is also farmhouse inspired. What you're going to need is 2 glass vases, the same height, 1 candlestick from the Dollar Tree, and I decided to paint mine in the Waverly Chalk Paint. And then I got this burlap lace ribbon, also from the Dollar Tree. You're going to need a glue stick and E6000, which is optional. If you want a more permanent solution, E6000 is the way to go. And I will also be filling these vases full of various ornaments. I got these on clearance at the Dollar Tree when everything was 50% off. So basically I'm just going to go ahead and I am going to hot glue this vase to the top of my candlestick. And like I said, you can use E6000 if you want a more permanent solution. I am totally fine and I will get away with using hot glue. And it's nice because then if I ever want to take apart this project and use it for a later project, I can do that. So now I'm just going to take this burlap lace ribbon and I'm going to wrap it around the bottom of the vase. And I'm going to do that with both of the vases. Now I'm just going to hot glue that in place. Now if you wanted to add height, you could, instead of having one vase with a candlestick and one vase without, you could just add 2 more candlesticks to the one that doesn't have a candlestick, if that makes sense. Which I think would also be very cute, but this is how I decided to do it. I filled it with these ornaments and I love the look. I think it turned out great. But now we're going to make a tray. So using a silver platter tray that you can get from the Dollar Tree, I decided to paint mine or spray paint mine with this Rust-Oleum hammered. And basically we're going to make a tray out of a tray. I guess technically you would call it a serving platter. I'm not sure. But I'm going to turn it into a little bit more of a farmhouse inspired tray. So just taking this nautical rope that you can get at Dollar Tree, I'm just going to add some handles to this tray just so that it really ties in and matches the rest of my decor and the theme that I'm going for here. Also, I don't know if anyone else has this issue, but when I use the hammered Rust-Oleum spray paint, I can never quite get it to look the way that I want it to look. A lot of it is like really sporadic, and like patterns in one spot will be really good and then really bad in another spot. I don't know if I just don't have the right method or technique down. I love it when it turns out right, and I think this tray turned out beautifully. I love adding the little handles, and you could even add some rope around the whole tray. But I just needed a little tray so I could set those vases with ornaments on top of, and this is how I put it together. I absolutely love it, and it goes with the rest of my decor. So for the next DIY, we're just going to take these little galvanized tins that you can get from Dollar Tree. You're going to need some floral foam, and you're also going to need 2 white Christmas trees that I picked up on clearance at Dollar Tree. You can also use various ornaments. I chose the snowflake ornaments and then also some bottle fairy lights. Now I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue this foam to the bottom of the tin. And I'm going to place my Christmas trees in the tin. Now, like I said, I'm going for like a farmhouse snowy winter woods vibe, and I think these white trees are beautiful in these galvanized tins just the way they are. You really don't even need to add anything to them. They look good just like that. And I really love these galvanized tins from the Dollar Tree. I think they're such a good deal. And they really make these Christmas trees look good. So my initial thought was I was going to take these snowflake ornaments and I was going to spray paint them with the hammered Rust-Oleum spray paint and attach them to the tins. And then also, you want to make sure you get it on the front. I made that mistake once, and I had like the crease of the tin showing. It was awful. So make sure you are gluing it to the front. And then I'm just going to take this burlap poinsettia flower that I have laying around from previous crafts, and I'm just going to glue that to the front of the snowflake. Now, I really like how this turned out. I like the look of the galvanized tin snowflake. It matches the bucket that the Christmas tree is sitting in, but I didn't like it that much, I'm going to be honest. I wanted to see what it would look like with a true white snowflake, because snowflakes are white. I wanted to see what it would look like with one of those, and it turns out I liked it a lot better. So in the end, I decided to paint both of those snowflakes white and then add those burlap poinsettia flowers. And you guys, this just all goes really well together. I love this DIY, and I love how these Christmas trees look in these galvanized tin little buckets. To hold these trees in place, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this microfiber cloth that you can get in the car section at Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm basically just going to stick it down inside of the tins just to kind of hold it in place. And also, it really gives it a good look. I love the look of it. It kind of looks like snow. It just looks really farmhouse to me. I really love it. This is completely optional. You don't have to do this, but I really think it brings the whole look together. So I did that with both of my Christmas trees. Now, these Christmas trees would not be complete without some fairy lights. Now, like I said before, these trees look beautiful on their own, just as really cute decor pieces around the house for winter. You really don't need to add anything to them, but I would recommend, if you're going for that warm and cozy vibe in your home for winter, I would recommend adding some fairy lights. I love the simplicity of this DIY. I love the look, and I think it screams farmhouse to me. I just think it's very inviting, it's warm and cozy, and I just love these white Christmas trees. I'm really happy with how those turned out. All right, so for this next DIY, I wanted to make some candle holders. And these are also farmhouse inspired. I'm going to be needing these bottles that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, some Waverly Chalk Paint, some hot glue, and you can use the longer candlesticks from the Dollar Tree. I decided to use the shorter ones because I like that look a little bit more. And then I'm going to be using this fake snow that I had left over from my Christmas DIYs. And basically this is what we're going to be doing to the bottle. I really like the look of bringing out the design of the bottle. So I'm just going to take my foam brush and I'm going to dip it in some chalk paint. Very lightly, just brush over the top of the bottle so you bring out the design. And I think these bottles are very pretty. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm just doing it very lightly. And the good thing about chalk paint on glass is it's really forgiving. If you make a mistake, you can clean it up fairly easy. Usually just comes right off. I contemplated painting the entire bottle white, but I really like the look of the clear glass with the white paint. I don't know why, but I think it looks really good, and I had a lot of fun painting these bottles and bringing out the beauty of these bottles. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this nautical rope that you can get from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to wrap it around the top just to give it more of a farmhouse feel. So I wrapped the rope around the top about 4 times, and I only glued the first part of the rope and then where I was done wrapping it around. I decided that the bottles needed a little bit more rope, so I decided to add just a little bit more at the base of the bottleneck, and I only wrapped it around that part twice. And that is how it turned out. This is what it looks like with the candle in it. And now this is completely optional. I just did this because I thought it would look cute. I just added this fake snow. This was the easiest way I could figure out how to add it because I couldn't find a funnel. But I just added it just a little bit at the bottom. And then I decided it was not complete yet. I wanted to add these white poinsettia flowers that I got on clearance at Dollar Tree after Christmas. And I just added one to the front of each bottle. And again, I feel like it just gives it that finishing touch. It brings out that farmhouse vibe. And I really, really love how these candle holders turned out. They definitely feel very warm and inviting and cozy for winter, and I love the look of them. I was really happy with the results. All right, for the final DIY, I'm going to be making a little lantern. So you can pick up these little glass jars from the Dollar Tree. I picked up 2, but I decided I was only going to make 1 lantern. Originally, what I did is I took the lid off and then I sprayed the inside of the glass with this spray paint and just rolled it around. I wanted it to kind of have that milk glass look. I learned that that spray paint does not work that well for that type of thing, and it didn't really stick to some parts of the glass. So what you could do is you could just paint the inside of it with some Waverly Chalk Paint. But I just decided to use the one that I had previously made with the spray paint. It's just fine for me. Also, if you plan on making this DIY, I chose to save my lids because I'm going to use those for a future DIY video in case you guys are interested. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this nautical rope, and again we're going to just cut it, and we're going to make, instead of a tray, we're going to make a little lantern. So this rope is going to be our handle. And my daughter brought me a gift while I was crafting. It was very cute. So this is how it turned out. You just want to hot glue that rope to the sides of your little lantern there. And then with the rest of my white poinsettia flowers, I decided to stick them in my little lantern. But I felt like, well, it wouldn't be a lantern if it didn't light up. So I needed some bottle lights, some of those fairy bottle lights to stick inside. There is another option in case you want to hide the ends of the handle of the rope. You could just wrap some rope around and kind of hide that. I chose not to do that. I didn't think it was necessary. But here I am putting some bottle fairy lights inside of this cute little jar. And I really love the look of this cute little lantern. I really don't feel like the video or the pictures give it justice. It really is very simple, very cute, and I think it's a really cute addition to my winter DIYs. So there you have it, guys. Here is all my Dollar Tree winter farmhouse inspired DIYs. I was really going for a warm and cozy, inviting feel, really trying to bring that farmhouse vibe into my home. Let me know if I accomplished that in the comments section. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss upcoming DIYs. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.